Homemade lemon pepper seasoning on chicken ribs. If that doesn't get your motor going, nothing will. Chicken ribs that taste this good should be illegal. We've cooked beef ribs, pork ribs, lamb ribs. It's time for chicken ribs. So just sit right back, grab a drink or two, and let's get into it. For today's cook, I want to use lemon pepper, and I realise it's not readily available everywhere in the world. Lucky for you, it's super easy to make. Now you will need the zest off one large lemon. That's roughly 1 tablespoonful. And to that, I want to add 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Mix this up and then line a baking tray with some baking paper and spreading out the lemon zest and the pepper. Then I'm going to place this into a preheated oven at 100 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Then add it to a bowl and we're going to let that cool down for a few minutes. Once cooled, you can add a teaspoon of salt flakes and a teaspoon of aluminium-free baking powder. Mix this up thoroughly and then just pop aside. The baking powder is going to help crisp up the skin of the chicken ribs. Now we're going to need some chicken ribs. So I popped down to see the master of butchery and cuddles, Mick, out at Gippsland Premium Meats. And what I picked up was 1 kilo of chicken ribs. And the only prep needed is to pat them down with paper towel to remove any excess moisture. Now don't forget to flip them over and pat down the other side as well to make sure we remove as much moisture as possible. Don't worry though, after we cook them, they'll still be moist. Smut! Once patted dry, add them to a bowl, then add a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then mix that up and make sure all the chicken ribs have been coated in the oil and lemon juice. Then we can add our lemon pepper rub we made. Once again, mixing this up to make sure all of the ribs get some seasoning on them. Then once you're happy and you know that they've all got some seasoning on them, pop them in the fridge while we get our barbecue ready. Today, I'm going to be using this 57 centimetre Weber kettle, and I'm going to be pairing it up with this kettle cone. Why? Good question. Because I want to be cooking at temps of 240 degrees Celsius and above today. And how I'll do that is by 3/4 filling a chimney starter with briquettes. I'll light them up. Once they're fully ashed over, I'll grab my kettle cone, put it in the middle of the charcoal grate, and then dump the lit fuel into it. Ow! Ow! I'll carefully place the grill back in and then put the lid on, opening all the vents, and we're going to let that grill warm up for 10 minutes. If you don't have a kettle cone or a vortex, get one. They're awesome. Or you can push 2 baskets together, but you're going to need a full chimney of briquettes to get the same sort of heat. The time has come to sacrifice our chicken ribs to the barbecue gods of taste and all that is good by placing the ribs around that outer part of the cooking grill, as this is where the high heat is being forced by that kettle cone. Although we are using a high heat, the food isn't directly over the heat source. Therefore, we won't get any flare-ups. Pop the lid back on and grab a drink. If you didn't know, the Weber lid vent creates a hot spot as cold oxygen is sucked in through the bowl vents and up and around our food. It is then forced out through this lid vent. So to ensure an even cook, I've always recommended turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 10 minutes during the cook. Today I'm cooking with a temp of 240 degrees Celsius and above, and all up, this cook's only going to take 30 minutes. Or for those of you who like to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 1 beer cook. Cheers! Now you can push these ribs a little bit further past that 30-minute mark if you really want to, but at that point they are going to be reading 74 degrees Celsius internally. And by now we all know what that means. They will be called no-death chicken, but they're still going to be moist smut. If you make 2 batches, this is a 2 beer cook. If you make 3 batches, it's a 3 beer cook. If you make 4 batches, it's a 4 beer cook. I think we all know where this is heading. 12 beer cook, woo! The ribs are ready and we can get them off the grill. Let's just take a moment and look at how good they look. Now we're just gonna grab them off the grill, remembering these are gonna be hot. So it's best to let them cool down for a minute or 2. There's been way too many burnt fingers at my place from eager beavers wanting my meat in their mouth. Smut! These are the perfect appetizer. One-handed eating leaves a free hand for a beverage of your choice.